still only doing it. Hi, Rafi.
Anyone else want to try?
Oh, you do it that way, huh? Interesting. Interesting. Okay. Interesting. All right. Does anyone else want to try?
What did it do wrong? Let me try it.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Go right ahead.
We're missing a full section. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is.
Right.
Isn't it? Isn't that it?
Those are all over.
Oh, well, I tried.
All right.
Go ahead. Dennis.
All right. Tennis? Did you say you wanted?
I don't know what he's doing. What they're doing wrong.
Uh-oh. Bad memory got in there. Fix that real quick. Fix that. There we go. All right. So, my first thing. So I mentioned the other day, I like watching TikToks. I saw some dude doing it, some church guy doing over under. He was like doing it. I don't even know how he did it. He was doing something like this. He was like doing it like that, and it drove me crazy. And I was like, he's not even. And they're like, it just. You might have over-undered it correctly at the end of the day, but the usefulness of what he was doing was incorrect. There was no useful value of the way he was doing it. Why did I say wrong so quickly? Why did I say wrong? So, I learned over-under working with other operators. I was a gripper utility, working with a camera operator, or working with a sound person, right? What do I need to know? First thing I need to know, I want this cable facing away from me. You all have this cable facing towards you. Why do I want this cable? You want to hold on to it for a second? I want this cable facing away from me so when I coil, there's a little bit of slack in there. That's the first thing. If I had this cable, I don't even know if I can do it backwards. If I had this cable facing towards, go ahead and grab that in, facing towards me, all of a sudden, if he's running around, I'm doing that. You know what's the worst thing for a camera operator when you have a utility or a grip that doesn't do it properly? They pull that camera. You know where that camera goes? The eyepiece goes right in your eye. You go, like that. So you want to have that cable facing out. So there's some slack. That's the first thing I want to see. You don't have to have slack right away when you're doing it because we're just cleaning up cables. You don't need the slack. But I want you to learn to have that cable facing away from you. That's the first thing. After that, you had to correct over, under, over, under, over, under. Simple as that. If you go back from the very beginning to remind people, and over, we already know what the over is. This is where it gets really complicated. You start overthinking about stuff in life. You're like, I don't remember how to do the first step. Just put the two pieces of cable together. Just nice, calmly, smoothly put the two together, right? That is an over. It goes over like that, right? The under, on the other hand, is where it can get more complicated. You haven't done it a lot. You put the cable under itself. It goes under itself. My best way to describe this, to where I'm teaching this to people, is when you do it, give yourself a knuckle bump. Knuckle bump like that. Nice and simple, okay? So, you go over and then under, right? When we're doing this, I'm going to tell you also, to put more information into your head here, there's two ways of doing this here. You can leave your hand on the cable and just slide it down. My right hand is just sliding down the cable like that, going through. Also, and once we get into this, I'll try to remind you all, there's a little turning of the cable involved there. The fingers, you spin it a little bit inside your hand. Okay? The other way you could do it, when you're doing it, is you can take your hand off the cable. Take your hand off the cable. Take your hand off the cable. If you need to, whatever's more comfortable. I'm used to leaving my hand on the cable and just working through it like that. Also, more information, so much more information put inside your head here. When I do this, I don't know if you noticed, but all my wraps are the same size, right? They're all about the same size. Years of practice, knowing exactly how far this arm goes to get them all around the same size, okay? It's a simple motion, like if you ever played softball or if you ever played any other sport, All of a sudden you repeat something over and over and over and over, and it becomes easier for you to get all on the same size. When you're first starting out, that does not make sense to you all. So it's going to be like this. That's sloppy. Right? So just be well aware when you go, oh no! Keep practicing. Keep making them closer to the same size. Why? That's what's up here. Alright? So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to have you, come grab the 10 footer. To have you all pull some of the cables out of here and rewrap these for me because they were left as a mess. And also if you find gaffer's tape on them, please pull them off. So do me a favor, rewrap them and let me see and critique each one of you, okay? Yay, we're so excited. Go for it.
Huh?
Oh, that's what I do. That's what I do. I claim I'm the fastest one to do this. Okay? There's only one other instructor that I feel like is on similar levels to me. He's one of the audio instructors. He's done this type of stuff for years also. So he says he's quick at it. So one of these days I'll have a competition with him.
Caleb, you want to try?
I really did.
I did it. Under. No.
Oh, where are we at?
I'm so confused.
Swish when you walk. You're fine. You're fine. I'll finish it off for you. Let me critique it for you.
I heard
Let me
it
know
packed
if
it
you want
good.
What's that? Yeah. Everything else is perfect. And that is just me picking it more than anything. All right. All right, we're about the same length, right?
I would say so.
Ready? Set. Go.
It's just hot outside.
Shit. Sorry. Just trying to reposition my hand with a place where my shoulder isn't killing me because I just held a very heavy core that is currently in the bin now, but yeah.
Cody, you counting us in?
Ready?
I'm not gonna give you that. Sorry.
Go.
all join me real quick here. So I'm going to show you the other part of my process here. Oh no. Oh no.
Sure, what you did, Trevor?
To show you the other part of my process. What's the importance of me doing this so nice and clean and proper?
So it's doing all good. So it doesn't have memory.
Doesn't have memory. Access to it quicker. Also, as I was saying here and I was racing Pablo and Trevor, when I dropped my cable back out, I just did this with it. One-handed drop out. All the way nice and easy. Because I know I have cleaned it up so properly that I can do that. That I can just walk. Once again, 100-yard football field. Running as fast as possible. I know I can just open up my hand and it will slide out perfectly like that. Okay, that's another purpose of this. If you end up working like a music festival of some sort, and they sit there and go, you have 4 hours, you gotta lay out cables for 4 hours straight. If it's nice and easy like that, you're just walking along, dropping it down. There's no thought to it. And you're gonna be working with other people that want it nice and easy like that, so they have no thought to it also. So everyone's gonna be like, oh. And trust me, when you get out there and you're the beginner, they're like, hey, can you roll cable? And you're like, John at school and Apple taught me how to, bud. They're gonna wanna teach you how to roll cable properly. They wanna make sure you can roll it properly. Why do the people you work with wanna make sure you can roll it properly? So they have nice, clean cables like this. So when you all are working together, they have nice, clean cables. They don't have to worry about it. All right? Questions about any of this stuff here this morning? How do you feel like that one went? Great. I'd be happy to ask if I could test it. Let me figure out where it is. There we go.
Told you.
Huh?
Wait, a little hiccup there. No
A little hiccup, little hiccup. Little hiccup.
Keep going.
I got, that hiccup is still fighting with me though. There, that hiccup went away. All right.
Wasn't too bad. Yeah, it's pretty easy.
All right. Am I testing yours, man? It's the short one, though.
I hope I got it. Maybe.
Oh, yeah, there we go.
Fighting this.
I mean,
Look at
so
that.
hard not to have to play that. Phone's like a
No,
mouse.
but it still got hurt.
Good job.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's not
Where
Good
the
job
hiccups, Chad.
on the short one there.
Thank you.
All right. All right. Can you all do me a favor and just get the cables back into the box for me, please?
John, what are your thoughts on? My dad always taught me the rule.
No. Oh, so yes. Okay. Okay. I forgot that part. All right. Do not do this. Never, ever been seen doing this, okay?
That's how I was.
Never, ever. You'll be fired from a job if you get seen doing this. Don't do the dad roll like that, okay? Multiple reasons. One, it's not over under, so it's gonna have the bad memory. Two, I am putting pressure on the cable by doing it this way. So you're gonna break the cable inside. So never, ever do this. This is the worst. That's bane of my existence when I see people doing that. I see that, and I also see I can't even do the improper like this. Yeah. So I'm gonna do it this way, right? That's how you're gonna break cables. We talked a little bit about cables. I mentioned to you those BNC SDI cables. Those things are fragile. This will break them. I'm beating up this electrical cable because it's an electrical cable. But those other cables, when you do this, or when you do, oh, it hurts me just to even do this. It hurts my soul to do this. This is terrible for the cable. Never, ever do this. Yeah, if your dad's at home using the electric weed whacker, whatever he's doing to clean up like that, that's perfectly fine. That's perfectly fine. Don't yell at your dad. Say, hey, Dad, I'll teach you the proper way. Just like this. It's not that hard. Anyone could do this, Dad. My goodness. All right? So yeah, always do the over-under. Never ever do it around your arm. Never do that weird thing where I just bunched it all together, okay? If you get in a really bad jam and you're suffering with the over-under, at least make the cables nice and clean, okay? That is a big thing. Nice and clean. All right? Any other questions? No? It's nice and warm out here. Trevor made me work quick, so I'm sweating a little bit from having to hold the cable up twice as quick on him. They have knots, they drop through themselves. Yep. All right. How do you get the knot out? Let me show you how to get the knot out. So real quick class also, one last thing, one more tutorial. We have knots here in this cable, right? I'm gonna start over-undering my cable to begin with and not even think about those knots until I get to them. When I get to them, I'm gonna pass the cable through that. That knot is now gone. We go under again. Oh my gosh, there's another cable. Pass that chunk of cable through that. If I could loosen it up enough. And it will be gone again, okay? So, if it's not connected to anything like that, that's the easy way. If it's connected to a camera, an audio board, or something like that, you are pretty much screwed at that point. But when it's not connected, pass it through. All right? You want to do the rest? All right. Any other questions here? No? All right. So I'm going to, it is what, 9:35. I'll send you on the break now until 10:05, all right? Until 10:05, please. Perfect, thank you.